Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you're a subscriber. If you're not, you can click subscribe right now. You could click it anytime while watching this video. Welcome if you are new. I'm wanting to just take a look at our divorce rate after just this past week doing a few videos on relationships and how they seem to be so unsteady. And in my view, there hasn't been enough carefulness in selecting a partner, and it's just like rotation, 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 and so few last for any length of time. But I saw this report that divorces are so high. It's particularly, let's say in America, the divorce rate is 40 to 50% on a first divorce. Now, see, is that something you'd invest in? If your return is it's like that, it's like 46% failure rate. Like, would you, if it was a business, would you go into that knowing that it's like the restaurant business, right? It's like the restaurant business is not that it's just so competitive, but it's so difficult to survive in that industry. Yet people are opening a new restaurant all the time. So there you have it. And love is love. So if people are getting married and then they divorce 40 to 50%. Now, I would think that if you divorced before you got married again, you would take all the lessons learned and all the things you don't want and make sure that person doesn't have them, all the things you do want and hope that person has them, and not bring that past marriage into my decision with this new person. That new person had nothing to do and didn't do anything. They're just lucky enough to have you now. But a lot of times people are still in their head about just what I said, what they didn't want anymore and what they do want now. And in their strategic thinking, they place that pressure on the new person. And that person is just wanting to present themselves to you to say, hey, here I am. Are you interested? I'm interested in you. Let's get to know each other. I want to know everything about you. And you just start. But because people carry so much baggage, as I mentioned in my last video where I was discussing celebrities, because we don't know people in common, so I have to pick on celebrities. I have to pick on a celebrity. But beautiful, cute Karuchi Tran, to me, is a relationship train wreck. I wish I could talk to her. Girl, how are you going to bring your self-confidence up? Anyway, second divorces, I would think would be more successful because second divorce, that means you've been married before. That means you've been divorced before. Second divorce rate is up 60 to 70%, which means you've been married before. You got married again. It's your second marriage and your second divorce. Well, so still, things still ain't working. Okay, so what happened with this one? Come and talk to me. What happened? So it's getting worse. And then according to this study, I'm going to drop the link into the description box where you can check it out for yourself. The third marriage can be 70% or higher. So there's some person like, well, why would I get married if I'm going to keep getting divorced? Here's what I say to that. So three things. Here's what I say to. Well, first of all, this was the United States rate. And I thought, oh, it's us. It's Americans. We something else, y'all. Mm-hmm. We're something else. We're spoiled. We are. I looked and I said, well, this is in America because we want everything so a certain kind of way. Are we just like everything's so disposable here? I looked at, I typed in divorce rate by country. We're not even in the top 10. So it's not us. It's here's what I think. So here's what I think it is. Here's my top three. I think it is people have not learned treatment, as I always say, treatment. You meant to treat that person that way. You cannot treat him like you treated him, or the guy you treated when you were in your teens, or the guy you treated when you was in your young adult, and the guy you're treating now in your 30s and 40s. You have adjusted, you have developed, you have matured, and so have they. So you treat the person how you know the person. You you meant to treat them that way. You have to get to know the person. So back to my first one or two videos where I said everything is so fast and so rotation, swipe right. So you didn't get to know the person. You don't get to know the person through a dating site in a profile, which they lie about what they look like, what they weigh, and when you see them, things look different. Things look different, and all of that. So you didn't invest into what I call the commodity of the person, the commodity of the body of the person's full body, their full body, head to toe, what they're about. So that's the first thing. The second thing is we bring with us stuff that person didn't do and didn't earn, also known as baggage. What's that to do with them? So you're not, if you're bringing baggage, by default, you're not healed. If you're bringing baggage, because there's a difference between baggage and lessons learned. Lessons learned means I learned the lesson. I understand what it is. I won't do it again. It's a done deal. I let it all go and I'm moving forward. Baggage means this happened to me and I had to get through that and I'll never let that happen again. I'm always going to safeguard myself from that and I'm going to take this knapsack baggage with me no matter what. It's invisible to you, but I'm carrying it. That's not healthy to the new person. That's not healthy to the new person, and they don't deserve it. They deserve to have all of you in complete wellness. So fix yourself. And then the third thing is intolerance to the newness. So let's say you get that ideal person, not perfect because no one's perfect. You're not, I'm not, no one is. But you get the ideal person for you. If for so long you haven't found the ideal person, misperception could happen and you won't even see them until they're gone. Now, depend on how they're gone. If they are gone and it's too late, you lost. If they are gone and they opened the line of communication with you, because again, principled person keeps the line of communication open. Now, it may get to the point where you may not like to hear what they say, but a principled person will have the talk. That's how they got principled. That they're healed. A well person can have any courageous conversation. Courageous. Now, depending on where you are in that, they may embrace you, they may push you away, but they'll talk to you. So when a person has not given the matter of communication and recognizing the ideal person for them, some people call the ideal person a good connection. Some of them call it a good match. Someone say we click well. However you want to call it for you. Failure to identify that because of your same history of rotation and moving around and not finding and jumping in there, you can overlook them. And when you realize you've overlooked them, they're gone and they won't want you back. Now that's tough. That's tough to hear. This is why I say timing is extremely important. Timing is extremely important. Because this timing element, as we know, time is not something you can grab and hold. It's constantly moving. So when you connect with the person and that person connects with you, the timing is what I call in synchronization. If you miss the synchronization, you may never get it back. You may never get it back. Because they may be going this way and you're going, it'll be a disconnect. And I've used that illustration before, where you try and you go, and it doesn't connect. And you reach for each other and then it goes, and, but when you're in synchronization, you're flowing towards one another and you just come together and cusp. And when you go your separate ways, you're still flowing back together and you come together. It's like a musical dance. Now, this is how I've always explained it. It's like a music, it's like a symphony. It's a symphony of your hearts. Now, here's the thing as I end. If you're not acclimated to that verbiage or that reality, should you find such a person, they may be willing to educate you to that. But they are not willing to exist without that. You're going to have to come forward. And if you don't, respectfully, if you don't, they won't be able to acquire you, or you won't be able to acquire them, because they will not, in their mind, settle for less. Now, I'm not saying that you're less. I'm saying that they want the occupant of a solid relationship that is in flow for them. And they will do the work to keep it in flow with them. You will miss it because you are not a person who's been in flow. You have been in friction. You leave. You're in the habit of ghosting people. You're in the habit of gaslighting people. You're in the habit of the negativity of a relationship. And this is why you don't have that key, crucial person. And you never will as long as they're that way. You'll have to continue to do what I call the narcissistic traits, respectfully, because this channel is committed to the helpfulness of it. I'm committed to the helpfulness of it. But when you let that good, loving, kind, considerate person who poured themselves before you, when you miss that, the universe will begin dealing with you. It'll deal with your consciousness. It'll deal with your mind. It'll deal with your heart. It'll deal with your soul. It'll deal with you about how you managed to lose the gift that the universe gave you in the first place. And I'm sorry, that's extremely hurtful, such to the point most people don't even admit they're going through that level of pain. And so that's where the sickness is. So now they store more of that in it. So getting healed, the best way to get well is to treat people better. You meant to treat them that way. Treat them well and be grateful for the gift of a loving person when they come in your life, a person that is optimal for your life, and do everything you can to retain them, because they will not stick around if you don't. And I love you. If you've gotten this far, please click like, please click subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye. Bye, guys. I gotta get this. My studio's been acting up.